Hey there, vinyl community. It's Joel from Planet 13, and this is my contest entry for B-Side Records 237 contest. Now, Beth runs B-Side Records, and she's got a really cool channel. I've been watching her for a while now. She caught my eye probably in October 2018 when she was displaying her albums from Mondo Tees for Halloween and Halloween 3. Halloween 3 is on my wish list, or Holy Grail list at the moment. Looks awesome. It's I think they're reshipping it again in February. She got an awesome copy, and that Halloween one soundtrack you got is really awesome. A lot of people have issues with the cover, with the rain and stuff, but I think it's really cool. I think their issue is that it never rained in the movie Halloween, but whatever. I think it's a great album cover. I like the spot varnish, and Beth shows it off really well on her channel. She just displays albums really well, and she spins albums too. And why I haven't picked them up yet is it's just too expensive where I live. I live in Canada, so you have to pay for the album, and then there's exchange rate on top of that, and then there's duty fees, and then there's shipping. So something that costs 35 American could end up costing me 60 to 75 American. And in the meantime, though, I have Beth's albums to look at on her channel, so thank you, Beth. And she also did this video, I think it was last Friday, on the Dukes of Hazzard. It was titled "When Television Shows Used to Be Good or Great," and that was really cool seeing that on a Friday night because, as a kid, I was pretty young and when the Dukes of Hazzard showed on Friday nights, but I remember always never missing an episode. Couldn't tell you what happened because I was really young, but I just loved that show. I loved the car crashes. Me and my cousin, when we'd have playtime, we'd always pretend to be the Dukes of Hazzard. And last year in November, I got to meet Tom Wopat from the Dukes of Hazzard, and it was really cool talking to him. He was really friendly. Uh, I'm not like a chatty person, but he was chatting my ear off. He was really cool, really nice guy, really sweet. And we were talking about Tarantino's. He was in Django Unchained. I saw a picture of him there as like a sheriff, and I thought, oh, that's you from Longmire. And he's like, no, I was in Django Unchained, and we got talking about that. And then he was talking to me about what he's been watching on DVD. He was watching the '60s Avengers show, so that's not the Marvel Avengers, it's the '60s Avengers. And he was also watching Max Headroom, of all things, which is a show I haven't heard of in a while. They filmed that up in Canada. It's a pretty cool show. But it's one of those hard to find shows that a lot of people have forgotten a bit. So it was really cool talking about him, talking to him about television and movies and stuff. And I got my picture with him, I said, and his autograph. So I enjoyed seeing your video on that. Anyway, to get on to your contest, Beth's first challenge was to show 2 albums that have a similar cover. Now, I don't have a lot of vinyl just yet. I just recently got into vinyl collecting, but I do have a lot of CDs. And I went through all my CDs, and I picked out 2 that I don't think anyone else is going to do. And I don't think they're going to do it because, A, they probably have better taste than I do in music. I like a lot of cheesy music, unfortunately, but I like hard rock too and all that other stuff, and alternative and soundtracks. I do have some sophisticated taste in music, but I like a lot of cheesy stuff that you don't have to think about sometimes. So this might lose me some subscribers, or might gain me some subscribers, but maybe not the subscribers who'd be interested in most of the music I show. And it is Spice Girls. So first album looks like this. I apologize for the sticker, for the cost on there up front. I couldn't get that off for the life of me. So we got Spice Girls, and then their second album, Spice World. So yeah, they're kind of similar. They got the Spice Girls on there, and they got the girls in the logo. So that's that. On to something a little more cooler. 3 albums from an artist. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite artists, and this is his Blackout album. So he did 3 albums in a row where he does not really remember recording these at all. So the first one is Special Forces by Alice Cooper. Now he doesn't remember recording these because, well, he was an alcoholic, like Jack Torrance from The Shining. He was an alcoholic. And Alice went into an insane asylum to get treatment, and he got fixed. He got off the alcohol, but then he went right into cocaine and then crack cocaine, unfortunately. So I think on this album he's just into cocaine, and you can tell he's really thin in that picture. He got really sickly. And he did a tour for this, and it is a bizarre tour. And at one point, like, this is like the dark horse album by Alice Cooper that no one would ever buy, but now people are rediscovering it. And then here's another album, his next album. So that was in 81, this is in 82. This is Zipper Catches the Skin. And again, he doesn't really do anything off here live anymore. There's a great little song on here called Tag, You're It, which is kind of like a horror movie. It's about a girl running away from a like a serial killer in her house or a dorm room or something.
Just like the scene in Halloween, you think it's all over, and you're gazing into space. But you've got to make sure you hear something, you start to turn, and you're standing there frozen, staring him face to face. And he looks at you and says, "Tag, you're it, sweetie." Bye, Debbie.
So it's another album too, like not a lot of people like, but people are starting to warm up to. And then the third album is Da Da, and he doesn't remember this at all. Like the other one he has kind of vague recollections of, and this one he doesn't remember at all. And he has never performed this live, I don't think. Anything off here live ever in concert. And this has like a Salvador Dali influence cover, so you can kind of see the two figures, or you can kind of see Alice, or the skull. And I was gonna do this and Def Leppard retroactive as two albums that look the same, but because they kind of have that skull gimmick going on. But I don't have retroactive on CD or vinyl, so I couldn't do it. So that is 3 albums by an artist. And then the final question is a song or an album with the letter 7 in it, or the number 7 in it, and I picked Danzig 2, Lucifuge. He's got, again, this is kind of torn up, pardon the stickers, and I don't have this on vinyl. It's quite expensive on vinyl because they haven't reissued it, but there's a song on here, and it's called 777. I can't really get in focus, but it's called 777. So what I thought about this, though, because it kind of ties it all together again. So this is Danzig 2, and it's a song with 3 7s. So again, we got 2, 3, 7. And what kind of makes that cool is it ties back to your contest, and it ties back to how 237 is a... There's a movie called Inside Room 237, which is about the lunar landing and how the director of The Shining may have potentially that shot the lunar landing and how we never walked on the moon. And Danzig is really into conspiracy theories, and now I'm just going down the rabbit hole with conspiracy theories and tying more rumors into that theory. So I'm going to shut up now because it's a far stretch, and I really don't want to inspire anyone thinking Danzig was into the we never landed on the moon conspiracy theory. I just was being silly there. So thank you, Beth, for running this contest, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Cheers.